won 2016 career mode. In this episode, we are in the Hockenheim Ring, but kind of mucked it up. Near the end, we've still got medium. Just go check everything. Safety car is on. Formation lap is on. Everything's ready. So let's begin. So yeah, we're just in here at Toro Rosso. Let's just open the laptop. We are drawing with Kimi Räikkönen, that's a new thing. So yeah. I've got a storm that's literally like this wide. Okay, so if you hear any crackling or banging in
Welcome
the
to a wet Germany for today's practice session here at the world-famous Hockenheim Ring. This 4.5 kilometre track is steeped in history and has been the scene of many special races over the years. We're expecting the session to start within the next few minutes. Now then, Anthony Davidson, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about track limits. How much is too much when you're cutting corners and running wide? What are your thoughts on this? And do you think we'll be seeing drivers pushing those limits this weekend?
Well, I'd be disappointed if we didn't, frankly. If race control want to clamp down on drivers wandering off the track, then it's up to them to police it. As a driver, you're being paid to get your car around the circuit as quickly as possible, don't forget. So if you're not pushing those limits, if you're ignoring the advantageous line, then you're not doing your job properly. Now, I agree that, you know, we have these white lines there for a reason, and we do want to see those limits enforced, but for me, it's not a driver's responsibility to do that.
Alright, so we're in here now. What's the assessment today? I only interested. Well, anyway, I don't want to be doing anything here. So I'm gonna go straight to session info and go to qualifying. There go, voicemail.
Hi, it's Emma. Your qualifying goals came up in the board meeting this morning. Here's what to expect.
Okay. Let's go to the laptop and do all the things.
Welcome to Germany for today's qualifying session at the famous Hockenheim Ring. The pit lane lights will turn green in the next minute or two to signify the start of qualifying. Drivers tend to complain about tyre wear around this track, and the compounds on offer this weekend aren't likely to put that issue to bed. Is this going to be about who can make the tyres last?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
Oh god, you can use some you can use a storm. Hey, don't worry, it's not like anyone's just flying around.
grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three.
Leading the rivalry, let's go.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
11 for hire beat Kimi and Daniel. Okay. I wonder what the race is gonna be.
There's nowhere at all I'd rather be today than here at Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix. We have an incredibly competitive field this year, which means we should be in for a treat. And judging by the sea of people filling the grandstands, there's a fair-sized chunk of Germany that agrees with me. We're racing in the Rhine Valley this weekend at the home of many of the sport's finest competitors. The 2.8-mile Hockenheim ring requires precision through the technical stadium section and great raw speed down the long, flat-out curve towards the popular overtaking zone of the Turn 6 hairpin. Watch out for a lot of wheel-to-wheel action there today. And joining me on this journey today is Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, it's the home race for Mercedes, so tell me from your perspective as a driver, does a team's attitude change for their home race? Obviously a home victory, particularly good marketing, you think, play on the national pride side of things a bit, but do you see that all come through at all?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, you do get a bit of a pep talk, I suppose. There's certainly somewhat of a raised sense of importance when it's the team's home race, but at the end of the day, we're all professionals. I mean, I want to win every race I compete in, and the teams want to win every race they compete in too. So the stakes are unbelievably high at this level. I mean, the effort is 100%, 24/7 all year round, whether it's your home Grand Prix or not.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session.
I don't know about qualifying sessions. Let's go. racing like now on Ricardo, who's 5 behind. Watch out. Lap. I'm gonna start. Boxy slap. That was a pretty bad fall there. I slammed my car into the road. I was expecting it very Oh, Button's gonna make it worse. Oh! Too many Vikings out. These buttons can fall here. Who am I racing? Full race update. Around here for first place of this one. I need the ultimate undercut and I should win. But then again I got Hamilton right in the tail. This is just gonna be like when sun spots hot. too much of this content. Monitoring then
win then for the Toro Rosso team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. And the credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top three then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix.
Who's my winning car? Taking back to the Scuderia Centre and enjoy another.
Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, it's got to be Felipe Massa, hasn't it? He fought so hard and had incredible pace at times. I don't think anyone did a better job today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
I think the Force India is having with Scuderia Toro Rosso. Kvyat had all of the bad things they did, but Ferrari, Kimi Räikkönen had the failure, making me win. He was the only one out. I've only got to win another race to get top in the FIA thing now. Constructors is way too far away now. And I'm gonna rock it up on the rivalries. Open my computer. What have I got today? I could do barge boards, but then yeah, let's do barge boards. Anyway, guys, I'll see you at the end of this episode. See you at the start of the next episode, and let's hope for another race. I just gotta check which race it is before I actually think. Spa. Okay. That's gonna be a really nice race then. I can't wait for Austin, Mexico, and that's gonna be the best. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.